Hi, so I just shot this whole video and then went and had a look and it was out of focus, so this is take number 2. And during take number 2 I have a certain furry friend here that seemingly wants to join me, so I hope that that's okay. My name is Betlehem. I'm a 23-year-old communications and media graduate. I live here in Shenton Park in Perth. I come from a relatively small family, and through my experiences in an all-girls school I have become quite a feminist in my adult life, and the sort of equality initiatives that you guys have is something that's really important to me. Other than that, I guess I'm a really creative person. I love design, I love fashion, I love cinema, I love curating a room like this one here. I'm always the one, you know, bringing the camera to everything, shoving a camera in your face, or I'm always jotting down my thoughts, doodling, writing, which I guess brings me to my next point, which is my experiences at university. To start with, I did a Bachelor of Arts at UWA. I majored in media and communications, and I guess that was a real crash course for me in learning a lot of skills that I now use today. So I learnt to write for different audiences or different contexts. I learnt how to communicate effectively with peers or seniors. I learnt to shoot and edit video like this one right here, hopefully in focus. And I also learnt petit peu, a little bit of French along the way, which I have later on used quite a bit actually. After my undergraduate, I then enrolled in a Master of Marketing at Curtin University because I really wanted to grow my skills into something more substantial than just sort of the baseline BA that I did previously. I learned a lot about consumer behaviour, consumer relationships. I learned about both digital and traditional marketing strategies. I learned about services marketing, which is obviously a huge part of what you guys do. And I learned through my thesis studies, I specialised in millennial consumption behaviours. So I learned a lot about what defines millennials in terms of their consumption patterns and their service expectations. In terms of my work, I was born into a hospitality family. My mum always had restaurants, ran restaurants, so I guess that really runs in my blood. So from an early age I was both working on my feet, working long hours, you know, in a fast-paced condition, but also thinking on my feet and learning to problem solve, multitask, communicate effectively with customers and provide the best service that I could. How to best manage people with different skill sets and different attitudes towards work. After hospitality I then moved into more of a freelance marketing role, which I have been now doing for the last 18 months. Through that I've learnt to, you know, design websites, run events, I write EDMs, I manage 4 different social media accounts simultaneously, which can be very busy. And in terms of freelance, it's also taught me a lot about myself in terms of working from home, so I have to be very self-disciplined and self-sufficient. I've learnt to multitask, to manage my time effectively, and all of those things has really taught me a lot about myself. In terms of community, I guess that I just try to use my skills that I have to better others. And so I act on an advisory basis for lots of different small businesses around Perth. Not the ones that I work for necessarily, but other businesses here and there that might be struggling. Me and my mum often come in and talk to them about things that they can change, ideas that we have that could help them. Other than that, I coach at my local basketball stadium. I try and teach young girls that basketball is not a man's sport and that they can, you know, achieve what they want to achieve through that, which is very fun. I guess in my neighbourhood I'm often known as the girl with the camera, so I get lots of people coming around asking for me to take photos or help with media homework. And I also find myself a lot of the time at the local cat haven, because that is something that's very close to my heart. It's where this one came from, and I often tend to, you know, give some time or some money or all of the unwanted and unused food or accessories that we might have around here. I try and give back to that community space. So that seemed very short, but that's just a little bit about me. Thank you very much for your time and for this opportunity, and I look forward to potentially meeting with you in the future.